was at first designed to be given to medical students. In fact, in Kansas City, Missouri, at the University of Missouri, a medical doctor, her name was Rose Zwarenzen, she invited me to give this talk to the first year and second year medical students of hers at University of Missouri, Kansas. So in 2015 and 2016, when we were living there, she invited me to give this talk to her first and second year medical school students. She believed that this provides excellent orientation, cultural diversity awareness. She wanted her medical students to raise awareness of other cultures, because in the future when they would become medical doctors and healthcare workers, their customers, their patients, most of them, many of them would be from other cultures, cultures where they have yin and yang and 5 elements philosophy, which was created by a Chinese philosopher. His name was Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu, this man, Lao Tzu, in Korean, his name is Noja. And in 500 BC, he founded this yin and yang and 5 elements school of philosophy. And since then, for nearly 3,000 years, this philosophy has been the major principle of the world, how the world runs, how the universe runs, how human lives run. This has been the basic life philosophy for Asian countries. All right, so he divided the energy that runs the universe, the world, not just West, not just the Asia, all over the world. There are energies that run the weather, run the water, sky, the clouds, human beings. These are the principles that, energy principles that run the universe. And the principles, one is yang, the other is yin. Yang is an element that has these qualities. Light, very shiny, light, bright. And brightness, passion, 열정. In human beings, this yang energy moves people to become passionate and to become leaders in politics, in socialism, activism, and all these things. All right. Next, growth. Yang represents energy that promotes growth, intellectual growth, physical growth, emotional maturity. All those are propelled into action and progression by energy called yang. Masculinity. In other words, yang represents energy that is masculine, male energy. Why do brightness, passion, growth, all these good things have to be yang? What about yin? How about yin? Look at the first line. Yin is dark, dark. I don't like that. I'm a female person, and here it says yin is female, femininity, and it's dark. Energy that is dark. And shadows, 그림자. Korean is 그림자. Shadows. And passivity. Passive. 수동적. Energy that is 수동적. It receives energy, but it does not produce energy. I don't like that. That's supposed to be feminine. Feminine, femininity. And in numbers, they attach yin and yang to numbers too. If the numbers are odd numbers, 홀수, odd numbers, then that's a feminine number. If the odd numbers are yang numbers, even numbers are yin numbers. So they even divided numbers into yin and yang. And I do not like this idea. Making the feminine element, feminine energy, dark, shadow. I don't like to be a shadow. 그림자. Passive, 수동적. No. I don't want to be passive. So right off the bat, right from the first line and second line, the Taoism, the yin and yang and five elements school of philosophy, the founder, Lao Tzu, 노자, defines yin as feminine, passive, 수동적, and dark, 어두운 거. I don't like that. Right there, I see gender discrimination. Gender 성차별, 남녀 성차별 comes out right from the very beginning of the definition of yang and yin. And so from this type of stereotyping of male and female, which has been going on since 500 BC, for 3,000 years, it's been ruling China and nearby countries like Korea, Japan, and other countries like Singapore and Thailand. And so this is where the gender discrimination, 여성과 남성의 차별 대우, comes from Lao Tzu, 노자의 음하고 양하고 오행, 그 철학에서부터 벌써 시작이 돼서 그 결과로 해서 그 결과가 얼마나 비참했는지 아세요? Do you know what devastation this yin and yang discriminatory definition of male and female caused? For example, it made people believe, oh, males are better. Men are better than women. And male babies are better than female babies. Male babies will grow up and they'll get good jobs and make money, bring money home, and provide for parents and grandparents for the whole family. So males are good. Females, what do when they grow up? They get married and they go to the husband's home. And she belongs to the husband's home. She is not their own anymore. She belongs to the husband's family. She's not even allowed to come and visit the biological parents' home very often without permission. The females had to get permission from mother and father-in-laws to visit their biological parents' home. This is how females were discriminated against. And even worse, they began to abort female babies, even before the babies were born. In 1970, about that time, the medical science developed technology that allowed human beings to tell whether the baby that's in the stomach, the baby that's in a woman's body, not yet born, they can detect, oh, is it a boy or girl? Not yet born, but they develop technology to tell whether unborn child is a boy or girl. And the people in China and Korea too, they decided to just have boy babies. And so if the amniocentesis machine, the medical technology says they have a girl baby in the stomach waiting to be born, they decided to abort the baby. And so hundreds of female fetuses were aborted. They never were born. Long time ago. Now, about 1970s, when the technology was introduced to tell whether it's a female baby or male baby not yet born, that made it easier to abort the female babies. So people also follow the zodiac sign. Every year the zodiac sign changed from rat to ox to dragon, etc. And each year named after animal. People born in those years, like in a rat year, they are expected to develop personalities that are like a rat's personality. And in the year of the horse, if a baby girl is born in horse year, people believed the baby girl will grow up and act like a horse, prancing around and knocking this and knocking that, not behaving like a nice little cute, sweet baby girl. They would grow up to be aggressive, like a man. They would grow up to be opinionated, having their own opinions, like a man. Oh, God forbid. They thought it was terrible for female babies, girl babies to grow up and exhibit horsey characteristics throughout their life. And so there were many, many families who had sons, but not girls. And when women got to be marriageable age, and they put in a word that, oh, this young lady needs a young man to marry. Well, the young man's family said, what year was the girl born? Horse year? Oh, no, we don't want a young lady who was born in a horse year. We don't want a daughter-in-law who is stubborn and opinionated, independent thinking. No. We want a nice girl born in a year of sheep or goat. Hey, lucky me, I was born in a sheep year. So I had no problem finding a nice man, good looking, and who had the potential to make a lot of money and become famous politicians maybe. I had men's families lined up waiting to get me, to marry me, to have their son marry me. I had guys lined up outside my door. I was lucky because I was born in the year of sheep or goat. Okay? I had in junior high, I had my best friend who was born in horse year. And you should have seen her. She was unhappy every day. She was only 13, 14 years old. She was just a adolescent girl. But she was already worried about her horoscope, the horse year, a girl born in horse year. Because who's going to marry her? Opinionated and stubborn and independent thinking? Oh, God forbid. And so she was very unhappy. Whereas I was very happy. Hey, I didn't worry about it. Hey, I'll be lucky. I'll have maybe more than one guy wanting to marry me because I was born in a sheep year. This is how powerful a horoscope can be. So I just wanted to point out that this basic concept of yin and yang immediately causes people to go into discrimination of gender, the male gender and the female gender. They immediately become violently against females and males. So we can thank Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, for this gender discrimination. Philosophy connects with medicine. As I said, I gave this talk to medical students. How does it connect? This is how it connects. The Yin and Yang and Five Elements school philosophers divide human bodies into 4 types. Greater Yang type, minor Yang type, and minor Yin type, minor
Greater in type. Greater in type.
Greater Yin type, minor Yin type. So those are 4 body types. And according to these body types, you should eat certain foods, you should not eat certain foods. Certain medicines, herbs, medicines will help you with this body type, and some may not help another body type. So this is where medicine comes in. That's why I gave this to medical students in Missouri. And okay. So, but the important thing I need to point out here is there are ways to tell whether a person's body is this type or that type or that type. They have many internet sources that help you decide which body type you belong to. But to be really exact, like medical science, you really need to consult experts in this area. The experts are Chinese medicine doctors. Chinese medicine doctors. This 4 body type was devised by a Korean Chinese medical doctor. There is a Chinese medical doctor in Bellevue, Ms. Hong. I asked her if she practices her medicine according to these 4 body types. Then she said no, because she studied Chinese medicine in China and in the United States. And this was developed, this idea, 4 body types was developed by a Korean Chinese medicine doctor. So if you here are interested in finding out which body type you belong to, so that you know what foods are good for you and what exercises are good for you, what medicines are good for you and not good for you, please consult a expert. The expert has to be Chinese medicine doctor who knows about 4 body type philosophy that was devised by Koreans. Okay, now the reason the medical doctor who asked me to give this talk to her first and second year medical students in University of Missouri, Kansas, is because she thought that this type of sensitivity training for her medical students to be aware of other cultures out there, and because they will eventually become healthcare workers and medical doctors, and their patients will have come from other cultures like these. And she wanted her students to be aware. She wanted her students to be sensitive to people coming from other cultures that have this kind of philosophy, yin and yang philosophy, ruling their lives. And so she wanted her students to be sensitive to the needs of patients coming from other cultures. So what I did is the sensitivity, cultural sensitivity and awareness increasing work with this talk given to medical students. Now, one more point I would like to make before I end is a story. Because we do not have a lot of time today to go into a lot, now I will jump to the conclusion. Okay, this man his name is Huang Ji. And he, being a Korean, he was into Yin and Yang and Five Elements School of Philosophy, and also zodiac signs. And zodiac signs controlled your life. Like the girl, my best friend, who was born in horse year, and she was unhappy at the age of 13 because she was afraid nobody would want to marry her because she was born in horse year. In that way, the zodiac sign, what zodiac sign one is, controlled one's life. Depending on zodiac sign, you can marry a great guy with lots of money or political future, or get great jobs, or you could be a garbage collector. Not that I'm not talking down garbage collector. But Hwang Hee had a face of a rat. His zodiac sign was rat, and so he was worried. He was a young man, but he was a aristocrat's son. So he had high hopes that he would become government high official. His future needed to be bright, and he believed it would be. But his face was the shape of a rat, a kind of pointy chin. His eyes were beady, and so he was very worried. So one day he was so depressed, he was walking along a river by a bamboo grove, and he just was going to just lie down and never get up. He was so depressed. Then a boat came, and out the boat, a Buddhist monk came. And so he got up and he said, "Oh, sir, I hear Buddhist monks can see the future of people. A man like me with a rat face, what can I become? Can I make a living?" And the Buddhist monk looked at him very carefully, long time. And finally he said, "Boatman, you will become a boatman." Oh, the young man almost collapsed. He said, "Boatman? No. Boatman is a very low-ranking person in the society, in Korean society. No, I'm a son of an aristocrat. I have to get a minister's job. Boatman? No, I cannot be a boatman." Oh. And then he got up and he walked away, very, very sad. And he said, "Oh, if all I can be is a boatman, at least maybe when people drown, I can at least save them, their lives. Maybe I can at least save their lives." And he walked away. And the Buddhist heard the mumbling of the young man. He mumbled. He said, Hey, young man, come back here. What did you just say? Repeat what you just mumbled." And he said, "I said, if I have to be a boatman, even though I'm an aristocratic person, I figure at least I can save some lives. People drowning, I can save their lives." And then he walked away. And the Buddhist monk said, "Hey, young man, come back here. Come back here. What you just mumbled, that as a boatman, you can at least, it's not a glorified job, glorious job or anything, but you said, I can at least save some lives. That is in your heart. Oh, in that case, what is in your heart overcomes the shape of your face. Your face, the rat face that makes you a boatman. But in your heart, you want to save people's lives. Therefore, you will become an educated man, getting the highest job in the country, the right-hand man to a king, and as the right-hand man to the king, which you became because of what was in your heart, not because of your face. What was in your heart put you in that position, and you will save lives. And this is historically true story. he became the right-hand man and the highest minister to a king, King Gongminwang or Sejong. Some records say he became Woo Eujong, right-hand man, and Jung Eujong to Sejong, King Sejong. And he saved thousands of lives. So this is the message I want to convey to you. Whatever your zodiac sign may be, shown in your face or your body shape, all that can be overruled by what is in your heart. What do you want to achieve with your life? If what you want to achieve with your life is to save other people's lives, then you will go, that desire will raise you up, guide you to the position where you can achieve the dream of your heart. So there were two take-home points I pointed out here. One, why is this for medical students? Because this is sensitivity, cultural sensitivity awareness training to get them to be more aware of patients, customers coming to them from other cultures, so that the medical doctors will become more willing to listen to them, understand them, and do whatever they can to accommodate their needs. Right? And the second point was all these zodiac signs and body shapes, and there's a lot of information and that may be confusing, but do not be confused. Just remember the Buddhist monk's words to the young man. What is in your heart? What does your heart desire to achieve in the world? Whatever it is, if it is to help other people, if it is to save people's lives by rowing boat, then that desire will take you there and help you do what is in your heart to do.